Well, good evening, everyone. It is so nice to be here with everyone tonight. This is the first of our meetings on the second Monday of every month. So thank you to all who are here tonight because you obviously got the memo. Here we go. We're going to get started in just well, we are ready to get started. So here we go. I hope that you're having a great time getting ready for Christmas. You know, it's such an exciting time of year, isn't it? Everyone's so, anxious to meet up and have those kind of festivities together and give out gifts to our loved ones, and you're thinking about what is it that I'm going to get for that special person. And so it's such an exciting time of the year, and I know that many of you have been swamped with your business, and that's a great thing. You'll get a chance to relax between Christmas and New Year's. So keep up the great job. I know we are swamped over at the office, and it's so much fun. I love this time of year for all the buzz that's happening. I put a couple of the ornaments on the screen, as you can see, and I picked up some of those today actually, and so I thought, gee, I need to put that on the front page of our webinar, because last month I had some other items there, the ornaments, and so I thought, let's spotlight some of these products every time we get together. And since I was picking up these ornaments today, I thought, oh, these are perfect. What a great idea for a gift. Do you have individuals come to your home at Christmas, like over the holidays, and they bring a gift and you think, oh man, I never thought to pick up a gift for them. I didn't think they'd be dropping in. This is a perfect gift. I'm going to place these on my tree, and then when I get those surprise guests, they're going to take one of those home with some fabulous tea in there. And the nice thing is that you can use it, for either a gift like that, or you can just keep it on your tree as a gift and enjoy the tea yourself. So anyway, just a great idea for you to kind of play around with. How can you use either that particular item or other items in your home, so that when people come over, they will see Regal throughout your home, and they'll ask questions, and it'll be an opportunity for you to leave them with a catalog. So if they don't know that you're in Regal yet, they should know by the end of the holiday, right? Okay, so let's get started. All right. Open forum, we always have this time at the end of the evening where we open up the mics if you'd like to audibly ask a question or make a comment or recommendations, so that we can share with one another, learn from one another. And it's a great time of just clearing some things that may not be so clear for you, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. If this is your first time joining us, we welcome you here tonight, and we trust that you're going to enjoy this time with a lot of information shared, but then join us at the end of the webinar as well and ask those questions that you need answered at this time. And the same for all of you. Any questions that come to mind, nothing is too little or too big for us to handle here, okay? So we'll have a great time together. I just put a little question there at the bottom for this particular webinar. What are you doing this season, this Christmas season, to boost your Regal business? So if nothing else, perhaps you'd like to share some of that information with us all as we get into that time of discussion. Okay, we like to start the webinar with some news and updates, things that we like to inform everyone on. I often say people who are equally informed seldom differ. So that's why I love to keep everyone informed. That's why we have the Facebook group pages and all the other things we do, like our news and views newsletter every month, and this Huddle. And so this is all about keeping everyone informed and providing information that would be helpful to your business. Let's talk about the catalogs. Issue 4 is totally sold out. The prices in your issue 4 catalog, which is the red catalog for those of you that are new, prices are in effect until middle of December. There are seasonal items, plenty of seasonal items in both catalogs. Seasonal items are only available while quantities last. We are doing our best to get replenished when we do run out or when we're about to run out. We check with our vendors to see if there's any chance that they have any more on hand. But the vendors don't even keep a lot on hand. They purchase what they believe they're going to be able to unload for that season. They don't want to hold on to those items until the next Christmas season. So that's the situation with seasonal items, is that
Most of them, you can expect that once they're sold out, they're done. And so if you see something in the catalogs that you really, really want, you better order it now before you lose out on it, okay? The catalogs are sold out, as I said. So issue 4, whatever you have on hand, or if you need some desperately, you can get on Facebook and ask if there's anybody in your area that perhaps has extra ones that they'd like to unload. Issue 5, the beautiful blue catalog there. The prices are in effect until middle of January. The non-customized catalogs, meaning you're going to need to put your own labels on the back or a stamp on the back with your contact information. Those are available now still for a package of 12 at $5.50 plus shipping. So that is available now, but it's limited quantity. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on having catalogs throughout this whole season, in fact, right through to middle of January for this particular catalog, you'll want to make sure that you order some immediately before we do run out. And then issue 1 for 2018, just so that you can plan ahead of time, we expect that pre-ordering will open up somewhere around December the 5th. And we will let you know by email and on the Facebook group page when that is about to open up for you, okay? So for those of you that are not familiar, pre-ordering time is where you can purchase catalogs, have them personalized, and get them at a reduced price because you are gauging how many catalogs you expect to need, and you purchase them in advance so that we know how many to print out. And so pre-ordering will be around the December 5th week. Release date for that catalog will be middle of January when issue 5 is prices are expired at that time. Okay, so that's a little bit of a heads up on the issue 1 so that you can plan and budget accordingly. Advanced notice, I've been informing you of this for the last 2 or 3 webinars. Prices will be increasing in January for the catalogs. I've been notifying you that the pre-ordering price will increase. Well, unfortunately, the price of paper and a lot of other costs about catalogs have gone up. And so we have no choice but to increase the prices of the catalogs for the pre-order as well as the catalogs once they're in our warehouse and you're purchasing them in packs of 12. So it won't be by much, but we just like to give you a heads up that that's something that you should expect in January. And in a little while, I'm going to show you exactly why that's not a big deal. The other thing is Canada Post will likely have an increase because they typically do in January. So expect that there might be, a little bit of difference there, a few cents difference in the cost of Canada Post. Okay, well, having said that, let me just say there is no need for anyone to lose money. I sometimes hear individuals either on Facebook or email us and they're saying, I'm losing money at this business and I don't know, some are ready to give up. And when I hear that, I cringe because there's no reason why anyone should be losing money. And why do I say that? Because there are so many different ways in which people are saying that they're losing money that could be avoided. So I'm not saying that to be critical of those that are feeling like that. I want to help you. I want to help you get your business to where you are making money. So let's talk about a couple of areas where perhaps you need to tweak a little bit and make that difference so that you're not losing money in your Regal business. Well, if you handle your shipping with sharing the cost with your customers, that will certainly help. I know many of you have felt from the beginning of this new Regal that you needed to cover the cost of the shipping because you didn't want your customers to have to take the brunt of that cost. Well, I always feel that anytime you're making decisions with your Regal business, you need to make a business decision. And to lose money is not a wise decision. So I have been coaching you all for the last several months now to make sure that in every angle of your business that you're looking at it as what do I need to do so that it's a win-win, okay? Meaning you are winning and so are your customers. And shipping is one of those situations. When you share the cost of shipping among all of your customers and you combine orders so that you're not just ordering one
order at a time as they are placing it with you. Have a set date where you are actually placing orders. Let your customers know that. Let them know that you place orders on, let's say, Wednesdays, okay? And so you're asking them to let you know by Tuesday. And of course, you're doing the follow-up calls before then too, so that you are doing that three-step process that we teach here at Regal. So you're going to connect with them, you're going to deliver a catalog, and then you're going to follow up. Well, that follow-up is where you can say, if you get your order to me by Tuesdays, I can then combine them with other customer orders and save you significantly in shipping. And what you want to do there is, some of you do it differently, and if it's working for you, great, keep doing it. But others have adopted this idea of actually charging each customer in that combined order a percentage of their order value. So let's say that you chose to do 6%, and somebody is buying for $50 worth. 6% of $50 is $3. That's what you would add to their order. You are charging them $3 for shipping and handling. Okay, so when you're charging each and every one of them a percentage of their order, it pretty much covers the whole cost. Now, if you add this factor into it as well, ensuring that all of your orders are $150 or more, so when you're combining all those orders, you want to make sure that it adds up to at least $150. When you do that, Regal gives you a $10 shipping allowance, okay? There's $10 paid right up the front of the shipping cost because your order is $150. And that is pre-tax, and you'll see it right in your checkout as you are placing your order. Now, keep in mind that $150 does not include sales tools. So it's just products that are $150 or more. Okay, so when you have those two factors, customers are paying a percentage and your order is $150, so we're giving you $10 off of your shipping cost. Most ambassadors are finding that they are needing to pay nothing or very little on top of what they're getting from their customers. So you'll find sometimes you will actually collect more than what you need, but then other times you'll be a little bit less than what you need. And so it's just a matter of it balances out. You make a little bit on one, but you lose it on the other, so it balances out so that you're not losing money overall in your business. And then the other item with regards to shipping, when you have back ordered items, out of stock items, the best choice is probably ship complete. Okay, now we've covered this extensively in the previous webinar at the end of October. So if you need more information on handling your out of stock orders, go back and listen to that recording. Just fast forward to that section and you'll have the details on which is best for you. But if you're looking to save money, ship complete is a great way to do it. And typically our out-of-stock items arrive within a shorter period of time than what it says on the website as far as the status of that product. So when you say ship complete, you're saying hold everything we have in the order that's available now, hold it until the out-of-stock items arrive, and then ship it all to me together. That way you're only paying one shipping cost. Okay, as I said, for more details you can refer back to last webinar. And then here's another way which individuals have said, I'm losing money, I spent so much money on catalogs. So let's have a look at that. Catalogs are your greatest asset. It's not a choice of whether you want catalogs or not. You may want to try to do your business with just your website or sending the PDF, but trust me, it will not be as effective as getting one of those hot catalogs into their hands, because people love to browse through. They love to have that touch, that feel to the catalog and looking through it as they're sitting there and sipping on a cup of tea or whatever. Okay, so catalogs are your greatest asset. You need to find a way to be able to get those. Okay, so purchase that which your budget can handle. I know we teach you the ways to do personalized mail, neighborhood mail, other ways in which you can market your business. Whatever it is, whether it's catalogs or other marketing strategies that we introduce to you, know what your business budget is and stay within that. And then you will not get discouraged and you will not feel like you're not making it. Okay? So just consider what your budget is and buy accordingly. Now, having said that, budget for that time. You know that catalogs are coming about every 2 months, so budget for that. Put a percentage of your earnings aside towards marketing, okay? Whatever you get by way of your commission, just determine that you're going to put 5% or 10%, whatever it is that you decide, that's going to be put aside for marketing purposes, including the purchase of your catalogs. Minimal investment to grow your business. It's really not a huge amount to pay. Even with the price increase that you're going to have in January, it really boils down to less than 50 cents in most cases per catalog. So here's an example. When you're investing in catalogs, let's say you're buying 3 packs, okay? And this is even calculated at the full price of $5.50. So it's not even the pre-ordering discounted price. So 3 packs of catalogs. If you were to buy 3 packs tomorrow of issue 5, you would pay $16.50 for that plus the shipping. Okay, so $16.50 divided by 36 catalogs means that it will cost you 46 cents per catalog. Now that's 36 people that you can now approach with the catalog, and if you circulate the catalog, go back and pick it up after 2 or 3 days and pass it on to somebody else, then you're touching even more than the 36 people. And so when you consider that you've only spent 46 cents for that catalog, you're going to more than make your money back in the first order that you get from it. Okay, if you have any other questions about that or about losing money or anything like that that I've just covered, a great time to ask questions at the end of our webinar. Okay, here's some information that customer service wanted me to pass on to you. I always ask Irene, is there anything that you would like to communicate to the folks while we're on the webinar? So here are some items that she wanted to communicate with you. When contacting customer service by email or by phone, always provide your ID number. That makes it so much easier for them to just get into the system and be able to look it up. You know, it's not a big deal if you didn't give the ID. But when you think about it, if every person that contacts us gives us the information we need, that's less time that the customer service reps are needed to dig up that information for themselves. And how does that affect you? That means they've got the ability to get through that inquiry a lot faster, which means they can get to you, the next person, much faster. So, you know, whether it's by phone or email, always provide your ID number. It might even be down at the bottom with your signature, which is a great place to put it. And if it's applicable, if you're calling about or emailing about an order, give the order number. And if you're talking about any particular product, always give the product code. Okay, that's the way we use the system. It's all about numbers, and so if you could provide that information, that would really help the CSRs to get through your inquiry much faster. And then Facebook tags, right now, because it is the busiest season of the year, if you are tagging Irene or I, we appreciate that. We try to get to you as soon as possible. We get notification in our email saying that we're tagged in a Facebook post or comment, and we try to get to it right away. But as you can imagine, at this time of the year, we're being pulled in many different directions. And so I appreciate your patience, but if you could ensure that anything urgent, anything you need an answer on right away, please email ambassadors@regal.ca. And if they need to ask Irene or I directly, you can even put our name in the subject line or in the bulk of your email. Okay, if you're wanting something from us specifically. But we love to answer your comments and your posts, and we keep an eye on the Facebook because we love to be a part of that community. So keep us tagged, but just know if it's urgent, use email. It's a faster way, or use private message for myself. Irene is responsible for customer service, so she may not have the same flexibility, but I have my private message on my phone and on the computer, so it's there with me. And as many of you know, I'm often on there in the evening and weekends just because this is the first year of our business and it's very important for us to be there for you. Okay, only email one email address when you're contacting customer service, because quite often individuals will say, well, I'm not sure which one will get the fastest
response, the fastest attention. So I'm going to write to ambassadors@regal.ca and customer service and orders and, you know, anything else that they can get their hands on. But, you know, that's not the most efficient way, because then you have several people who are addressing the same question without realizing it. And so again, when we're doing that, it's taking us longer to get to the other individuals who also have inquiries. So if we can ask for everyone to just use one of the addresses when you're sending a request in, either customer service@regal.ca or ambassadors@regal.ca. If you're contacting us about a return product or anything specific about a problem with an order, you can write to orders@regal.ca. Okay, orders being filled about a day and a half out right now, as Fred said on Facebook, I believe it was yesterday. So the warehouse is about a day and a half behind, meaning what came in a day and a half ago is what they filled today. Now we expect that as we get into the end of November, beginning of December, that's the biggest peak time of this season. And so it could be that it will get stretched into 3 business days. So allow that time. If you're needing it for a particular time, just know that right now at this time of the year, allow 2 to 3 days, okay, for processing from the time that you submit that order. Okay, we're also encouraging ambassadors to place their own orders online so that the phones are free to address other needs. Now, this isn't because we don't want to help you. Unfortunately, some have, you know, misconstrued or misinterpreted when they were informed that, you know, we would send you the instructions and it's easy to follow. You just need to get on your website. You know, that's why we give you your own website, so that you've got that tool to be able to do your orders at a time that's convenient for you. And so you could do it 24/7. You don't have to wait until there's a customer service rep to help you. And so you have a website given to you so that you can do online ordering. Now, for those of you that do not have a computer, we're still here for you, okay? You can fax or email your order to us. So we're encouraging ambassadors to place their own orders online. And here's what we have for you in order to help you do that. Well, first of all, let me just say your website, if you're new, you should have received a welcome or an orientation email, or both of them actually, and they would have referred to your own website. And it looks like what is in blue at the top of the screen. Those X's would be your 7-digit ID number. Okay, that is a website that you direct all your customers to, because every time someone orders on that particular website, you are automatically credited for the commission of that sale. And so if you don't provide them with that and they go to the regal.ca, it's quite taxing at the checkout time for them to identify what ambassador belongs to them. Okay, so we want to connect your customer with you, and so if you can make sure that everything you use by way of marketing piece is stamped or written out with the with your own website, your referral website on there. Okay, so ordering online truly is easy. So if you find it difficult or complicated, just follow through our step-by-step, because even the less computer savvy individuals that have started to use our instructions are letting us know that they got through it. It took them, you know, however long, you know, 45 minutes or whatever, but they are confident that next time it's going to be much faster, because they just had to get used to the different steps that were needed. Okay, so it's step-by-step instructions, and we have prepared that for you as a PDF document if you prefer to follow along in writing, or it is in a recorded 15-minute presentation. So that was put in the News and Views newsletter, and it's also been on Facebook group. And so the 15-minute presentation is on YouTube. You can even just do order online, Regal Home and Gifts, and you should be able to pick that up. And the PDF document is in the Google Docs. All right, what if you don't have a computer? Well, as I said, you can go to the library, or you can have a friend or a relative enter the order for you. You may have a whiz of a son or friend who, you know, is great on the computers, and you can just give them your order and ask them to enter that in for you, and perhaps you give them some kind of a little gift for doing that, okay? And so that's an option. Going to the library, there's computers there available free, and you take your instructions with you and you just follow through. And don't worry about it if it takes you 45 minutes or an hour to do that first order that you're doing online, because it will take you time to go through, see the notes, and then follow through with it, and look at the notes again and follow through with the next step. So just expect that it's going to take you a little bit longer the first time, but don't think that that's the way it's going to be forever, okay? Because it gets easier and faster as you get more familiar with how to do it. Now, if you absolutely do not have access to any computer, you don't have a library to go to, you don't have friends and relatives that can help you out, you can fax or email your order to customer service, and then we will enter it. Now, having said that, anything that is personalized, you must email us that, okay? We must have a paper trail of what you want personalized. So fax or email, you can't phone us and say, oh, I ordered the personalized thing, I faxed it into you, here's what I want on it. No, it needs to be on your fax or in your email, okay? All right, let's switch gears a little bit here. What do you need by December 31st? And again, this is a repeat, but I'm going to expand a little bit. This is something that we've been telling you for several months now, because I didn't want anyone to be caught unaware at the end of the year as to what they needed by way of qualifications. Now, our qualifications are so reasonable. When I tell other individuals that, you know, friends that are in this industry, what our minimum qualifications are, they can't believe how low they are. And so they are very minimal qualifications, and yet every company has to have some qualifications there, because if you don't, then you have a whole lot of people who are perhaps not doing anything, and a company cannot survive like that. And so we need to know that those who are out there that are representing the company, who are calling themselves Regal ambassadors, are actually out there as ambassadors and representing us and doing the sales. And so there's a small annual sale qualification of $250 in product sales. That does not include sales tools or catalogs. That's just product sales, okay? That's in order for you to remain active and for you to start receiving commission in January. Okay, so in order to stay active and continue to receive commission in 2018, you need to sell at least $250 in the whole time that you've been with Regal in this year. Now, what if that is not achieved? Okay, October to December, new ambassadors require $150 as opposed to $250. So if you just came in the last month, or those that will come in from now until the end of December, not even the end of December, because we'll see as we're getting closer to the end of December, we'll make alterations there as well for those new individuals. But, you know, it's like I said on Facebook, this is not something where we're holding it over your head. We want to help you to be successful with your Regal business. We want you to be able to get the sales that are needed. And if you're having a tough time getting $250 in sales and you've been with us since January, then the question is, what are you doing and what are you willing to do in order to really be doing this as a business? And if you're not really wanting to do it as a business, then why would you want to stay on as an ambassador? Why not just be a customer and allow someone near you, local, bring you a catalog every time a new catalog comes out? Okay, so there you go. If it's $250 and you have not achieved it, we will work with you. We're not going to just cut you off on December 31st and say, oh, you lose out, you didn't make it. Okay, trust me, we're going to work with you. We're going to communicate with you. We're going to work through those details and help you out. Okay, reach the minimum year-to-date accumulated product sales to keep earning the same commission level. Okay, so you need to reach the minimum amount that is required for the title, the status level that you are at. And we're going to show that in the next screen. Okay, so in order for you to continue to earn the commission level that you are getting right now, you need to maintain, or you need to reach the minimum year-to-date amount by the end of this year. Now, this
is in particular for those of you that came from the former Regal and you were grandfathered into this new Regal based on your sales of 2016. So we grandfathered you in. We allowed your status level to be based on the sales of last year, plus we even doubled your sales of last year to determine your status level. But now we're saying you've had a full year, well, almost a full year, 11, 10 months, those of you that were in right from the beginning. And it was a matter of, you had all of those months to be able to reach the minimum amount for that status in order for you to maintain it going into the next year, 2018. Okay, so if the minimum year-to-date is not attained, what happens? Your commission will be adjusted to the level that you did achieve, and we'll look at those levels on the next slide. Status level, however, will be grandfathered until next December 31, 2018, meaning if you are platinum but you did not do your minimum of 5,000 this year, then you will go down to the commission level that you did achieve this year, but you won't lose your title of platinum. Okay, so you'll still be recognized as platinum and you'll still be called a platinum ambassador. Okay, all ambassador sales are set to 0 on January 1st for qualification and promotion purposes in 2018. So we'll talk about that on the next screen as well. Here's an interesting fact that we just were looking at and discussing it earlier this week. Not this week, this is Monday. Last week, 82% of the ambassadors who are active with us right now have re-qualified for 2018, meaning wherever they were at, whatever status level they're at, they've re-qualified at that level, okay? And they've achieved the 250. Others, the other 18%, so 82% did qualify, 18% of them who did not qualify, 42% are less than $150 away from qualifying. So that could be you. You could be so close. You could be, less than $150 away from holding on to the commission level that you are earning right now. So give that some thought, and we're going to talk about, how do you find out what your year-to-date sales are. Okay, so here we are. How do you know what your current year-to-date sales are? There are 3 ways that I'd like to recommend here that I'd like to highlight. First of all, you do have your dashboard, which is also known as a back office. In that dashboard, you have the customer orders menu option on the left-hand side. And when you click on that, all your customer orders will be listed, okay? And it's archived, so it's forever and ever. Anything that you've ever had on this account is listed there, any orders that were placed, okay? You can go to the customer orders and then you can click on view orders, because what you see on the screen right now under order total, that includes shipping and taxes. You do not receive commission and your qualifications do not include taxes and shipping. But you can click on the view order and see the breakdown and see what the subtotal is. Now, ideally, you will have already been keeping track of this as they were happening. You're keeping some kind of bookkeeping, either it's Excel spreadsheet or a notebook. It's what Diane Comstock was talking about 2 webinars ago, how to really keep track of all of your business transactions. And so if you already are in the process of doing that, if you've got a system, great. You don't need any of this information on this slide. You already know. Just tally up what you've got in those records. But if you're not there, then you can go in here, click on each one. Now you say, well, I've got like 500 customer orders. How do I do that? Well, this is probably not the best option for you. Another option would be go back to your commission email statements that have been sent to you every time you had a commission deposit. And that would tell you how much there. You get your report with that. So you can draw the information from that statement. Okay? Also, if you would like to email ambassadors@regal.ca and put my name in the subject line, I have been downloading several year-to-date sales reports and getting them to the individuals as they were requesting this. So I don't mind doing that, because right now our system is limited to you having that information at your fingertips. Now, the great news is that this new website that we've been telling you about, that we are building, and we'll tell you more about it as we get closer to being able to unfold any of it, inform you of any of it. So that email will actually, or sorry, that website will actually have an amazing back office where it will have all of this kind of information right there at your fingertips. You'll know exactly what you're getting commission on, how far you are from your next status level, what your sales are, you know, broken down. All of that will be a part of your next back office. So it's just a matter of us making you know, accommodation for the limitations that we have right now with this particular one. Okay, 2 programs that we've been telling you about. We have been working with a pilot project team. The fundraising program is going very well. We just keep getting new fundraisers coming on board. And it's so exciting to see as we are developing this. And I thank each and every one of you who are on this webinar right now, who are part of that pilot project, because without you, we could not have shaped this into what it is today. And so I am really pleased with the way that this program has unfolded. We've been through some hiccups, you know, and there were some delays on certain processes just because it is new, and that's why it's a pilot project, so that we can work through those wrinkles before we roll it out to everybody. So I thank each and every one of you on the pilot project team who were willing to, you know, go through that process with us and be patient as we were shaping each step of the way. And it is a really great program that I know many of you will want to be a part of, will want to implement into your Regal business as we roll this out in January. Now, if you have somebody contact you now who wants to do fundraising, contact ambassadors@regal.ca and they'll send you an email on what you can do in the interim. Okay, we don't want you to lose out on the opportunity, but it is a little bit late in the stage of the pilot project to become part of it. However, having said that, just let us know where you're at, the size of the fundraiser, what your plan is with that, and we will work with you on what you can do even before it rolls out in January. Okay, party plan, same thing. You know, we are putting together a host reward program that I know you're all going to be very excited about. You can have either a cyber party or a home party and give rewards to the host who is opening their home. A great way for you to open into new circles, meet new people, and expand your customer base. So that too will be rolling out in January. So we'll have more details for you on that, probably on the December Huddle, so that you can roll out into January with it, or it would be the second Monday of January and you can get started with it at that time. Okay, January 1, everyone resets to 0, as I said. So here are the different status levels and the dollars that you need to reach. So for instance, if you were a silver and you want to reach gold, you need to get your accumulated year-to-date sales up to $2,000, and then you become ambassador or gold ambassador, earning 25% instead of 20%. And gold is the place where everyone needs to have their eyes when you're getting started. That's where you want to reach as your first plateau, if you will, your first leadership level. Because the great thing is that not only are you earning higher percentage, but you're also going to be paid twice monthly instead of just once monthly. Okay. All right, whoops, sorry. The compensation plan is on YouTube, as you can see at the bottom, so you might want to do a quick print screen of that if you don't know that, that link. Okay, all right, Ambassador Inspirations. I am going to have somebody speak with us here. Let me just get into our attendee list and find our guest speaker. Let me just see here. Okay, I see 2 of you here, Dolores. Dolores Rheaume is going to be sharing with us tonight, and I am going to unmute her. Dolores is a diamond, and she's in Saint-Brieuc, Saskatchewan, and she is an amazing lady. She is really, always out there actively building her Regal business out in the community, and she loves to spend time with her adult children as well, so she balances all of that out. She's a very impressive woman. She's a part of our fundraising program. She's also part of our Unstoppable Me program and had completed the 21-day challenge not once, but twice. So Dolores, you have something on your heart that you wanted to share with the folks here tonight. So let me just unmute you. There you go. Dolores, are you with us?
Hi, Carol. I am. Hey. Can you hear me?
I can, nice and clear.
Oh, okay, good. Because as you know, I had trouble. Yeah, I had trouble with my audio this afternoon.
That's right, that's right. Yeah, no, you're nice and clear. So yeah, share with the folks.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying nice weather like we are here in Saskatchewan, although it's supposed to snow the next couple of days. So anyway, Carol asked me if I'd kind of speak a little bit on follow-ups and contacts. And the first question that she asked on our session there tonight was, what are you doing to increase your sales in that area? And of course, that means all of us. I was in a slump just a few weeks ago because the orders weren't coming in for Christmas orders. And I was a little bit down, so I thought, I've got to do something with this. So I'm doing more trade shows and more follow-ups and distributing more catalogs than I have in the past. And making contacts and follow-ups is something I've always struggled with. And we've talked about these things many times before, but it's always good to have a reminder. I find it gives us a boost again to keep going. I had ordered some fiber optic LED wall plaques, and I started showing the antique truck one, and I got 5 orders just from showing that around. 5 orders of the different wall plaques, not all of the antique truck ones. So, and I'm waiting to hear back from another customer on that. So, and right now I'm doing a couple of fundraisers, and I'm approaching people and I say, I'm doing a fundraiser for whatever group you are working with. Would you like a catalog? And they always take one. Sometimes you get an order, sometimes you don't. Every small order adds up. For me, this is where the fear surfaces. I have to push and do it anyway. There's always that 1 out of 10 that will order. Let go of the other 9. You'll get them later, or you'll get at least 1 or 2 of those sometime later. A customer had ordered for the fundraiser, asked me to mail a catalog to a friend of hers. I did. I called her the other day to see if she received the catalog. Ooh, yes, she said, I have an order ready, but I keep forgetting to phone you. So if I hadn't have phoned her to see if she received that catalog, I probably would have missed out on that order. So callbacks are important. Your follow-ups are important. And if some of you struggle from time to time as I do, and I've been in this Regal business for many years, as some of you have, keep pushing. Do the webinars, use your hot buttons, and like Fred says, push back when you encounter rejection or negative comments from your customers. It's very important to keep replenishing your catalogs at your venues, because you'll get new customers every time, because I find they go very quickly, especially at hospitals, medical clinics, and you want to keep some there all the time. And if I have an item that is sold out, I call the customer back and I suggest something else. And probably 7, 8, 9 times out of 10, they will order something else in place of that. I'd like to end with a reflection. Give without expecting anything in return, not even a thank you. This is unconditional kindness. Any unconditional act of kindness should make you feel really warm and fuzzy. And thank you, Carol, for asking me to give my thoughts on that.
Oh, thank you, Dolores. Great, great tips for everyone, and such an inspiration because you touched on many very important points. Dolores, thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so you know Dolores. You've seen her on Facebook. She answers a lot of questions and gives great answers. She's one of our top achievers, and you can tell why. She's got some great things happening in her business. She has practices that she puts into play and ensures that she's always on the ball, always aware of what people are doing, wanting, and as she said, call back, follow up, you know, so important. And so thank you so much, Dolores. Great, great information there. Who knows who this person is? Not sure if anybody knows just by the picture, but you may know his name as I say his name. And there's a reason why I wanted to share this story, just following Dolores's as well, and as we go into the next slide. So let me tell you a little bit about this man, and as I do, you'll probably realize who he is. He was a truck driver 16 years ago. He was in a very small town, and he was kind of bored. You know, he was a truck driver and he was bored with what he was doing, and his friend was saying, you know, you should find something that you enjoy doing. And so he was introduced to a direct sales company. And so he thought, well, I'm not really a salesperson, you know, I'm just a truck driver, and he didn't have much education, so he thought, well, I don't think that I really would enjoy doing that. So he resisted the person that was talking to him about it for the longest time, and then he lost his job, and suddenly without an income thought, well, at least I can do it for now until I find something. And so he got started with that company, and Dexter Yeager is his name. Does that sound familiar? Well, let me tell you who this gentleman is. He's the top earner in one of the biggest multi-billion-dollar direct sales companies, Amway. Okay, so why do I share with you a Dexter Yeager story at a Regal webinar? Because it's the same in any company, it's the same in this industry. You can achieve anything that you want. Today, Dexter Yeager is the #1 earner in Amway. That means he's a multi-millionaire, and he started out as a humble truck driver who didn't think that he was a salesman, didn't think that he'd enjoy sales, and just thought he'd appease his friend by doing it for a short time while he can continue to look for his next job. Well, here he is. Would he be happy? Would he tell you that he's happy he made that decision? Absolutely. While you may not be interested in multi-millions, and I know some of you get nervous when I start talking with those kind of that kind of language, but you know, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life, you know, if it's not all about money, which, you know, it shouldn't be all about money, but if it's not a matter of earning millions, but it's, you know, you want to achieve other things. You want to have that vacation every year with your family. You want to have your children go to the right kind of school. You want to put your children into some sports or music lessons, you know, whatever it is that you would want to enhance your life. You can make it happen if you get involved in the personal development that we offer here at Regal. Because when talking with Dexter Yeager a few years ago, I had the privilege of meeting him, and I said, you know, what would you say are the key elements to your success? And he said, I was coachable. I was willing to learn from those who had been there. And so he says, I was coachable. And he says, and secondly, I didn't quit. He says, it wasn't easy right from the beginning. I had some hurdles that I had to get over. I had to get over some of my own personal limitations. And he says, but I didn't quit. I just kept going. So I say all of that to say we offer you personal development here at Regal, and Dolores is one of our many grads from the 21-day challenge, and this is a program that can be done in your own time. It's available for you to take it at your leisure because it's available now as a 4 links so that you're doing the 4 sessions in your own time, plus the assignments that are with it. You're given a workbook so that you can follow along with the recorded sessions, filling in the blanks, doing the exercises that are in there. And so it's teaching you habits and practices and disciplines that will shape
how you do your business and get you the results. You earn a certificate of completion when you finish the program, and you have the opportunity of potentially earning some free catalogs as you complete an incentive that's part of this program. So if you're interested in doing this program, as I said, it's done in your own time. Just look in the News and Views newsletter. The workbook link was there, and so were the 4 links for the 4 sessions. But if you don't have that newsletter or don't want to be looking for it, no problem. We can send you an email that has all of that included. So you can just email ambassadors@regal.ca and request the 21-day challenge workbook and recording links. Okay, we have several people who are taking that right now since we put it out there at doing it at your own leisure. I'm able to get on and see who is clicking on those links and who's taking it and who's on to, you know, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th sessions. So kudos to all of you that are taking this program in your own time. If you need any assistance at all, do not hesitate to contact me by private message, email, or phone call if I can be of any assistance as you go through that program. Unstoppable Me is an advanced training program that we have put together so that those who graduate from the 21-day challenge can now be stretched to go even beyond that. So it's called Unstoppable Me. It's a day 1 started today. And so if you are interested and you've graduated from the 21-day challenge, you've completed that program, you can join us if you register tonight, okay? Because I'm telling you, today is day 1. We've already sent the first recording last night for today being day 1. And so after tonight, you won't be able to keep up with what we're doing. And so you need to make that decision if you want to be a part of it. The 4 sessions are done by webinar, and those are really summaries or further tips on what you're going to receive in the coming week, because a large part of the training doesn't happen at the webinar. A large part of the training happens on a daily basis. In this program, you receive a recording, a short 10 to 15 minute recording that you listen to, and then you go to the workbook that was given to you and you do the exercises that are there so that it solidifies what you just heard in the recording. So you're committing to about a 15-20 minute me time every day as you listen to that recording and then do the simple exercises that go with it, and then the rest of the week you're implementing all of what you're learning on each of those daily recordings. Okay, so if you're interested in this and you've done your 21-day challenge, you can contact ambassadors@regal.ca tonight, and tomorrow morning I will make sure that you get everything that the others have received up until now, including day 1 and tomorrow's day 2 recording and the worksheets that go with that. Okay, all right, this is a great time for us to celebrate. For those of you that are status level promoting and are top achievers and all of that wonderful stuff that we like to celebrate when we come together like this on a monthly basis. So first of all, there's the top October products. If you want to take a screenshot of that, it's always nice to know what has really been selling so that you can talk it up to your customers. So there's the list of the top 20 products for October. And you know, the reason we moved our webinar to the 2nd Monday is for this particular part of our webinar especially, okay? That was my main reason for wanting to move us up to the 2nd week of each month, because now I can celebrate each of your achievements even sooner. Instead of waiting until the end of the month, 2 weeks into the month, I can say, hey, you did it, great job, and we can all celebrate with you. So we're going to talk about now those that promoted, and October was a big month for promotions. 35 ambassadors promoted in the month of October, so great job to all of you, and I know many of you are very, very close to promoting, and so there'll be a whole lot of you promoting this month as well. So let's talk about those, first of all, who promoted from the first level of ambassador to bronze. So now they've achieved year-to-date accumulated sales of $500 or more. And so here's a whole list of individuals that have achieved that. And let me just read through it because they deserve to be recognized by name. Here they are alphabetically. Susan Bonrager, Margaret Carlson, Leanne Crane, Stacy Day, Julie Dunnett, Michelle Gibson, Tracy Grieg, Terry Lynn Hamlin, Marilyn Eiserhoff, Joyce Israel, Barb Johnston, Brenda McCannell, Kathleen O'Neill Cowan, Jenny Lynn Pfeiffer, Kay Richards, Madonna Savory, Amanda Shiner, Marilyn Wilson, and Cheryl Yeatman. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Great job. You're just on the up and going, because here you are at the next level, the second level, and you just keep working your way up to the next one. So congratulations, you've just given yourself a pay raise. You went from 12% to this month, right now, what you're placing, you are getting paid 15%. So congratulations. All right, let's talk about those who achieved the, let me just get that other little picture out of the way. Let me see here. Bear with me while I just take that out so that I can properly recognize those of you that have promoted. Okay, here we go. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so now you see those who promoted from bronze to silver. Okay, I should have had a drum roll there keeping you in suspense. Okay, we have several people who have gone from bronze to silver. Great job. That means you have now over $1,000 in accumulated sales, and you are now earning 20% this month. So we have Donna O'Quay, Valerie Borgal, Pauline Chevrier, Cynthia Dwyer, Janet Fear, Wendy Curris, Rhonda Lasser, Charlene Parent, Lucy Russo, Angela Slott, Roberta Stephen, Sandy Thomas, Karina Waterfield, Julie Vince Zadzilko. So congratulations, all our new silvers. Great job. And we have those who promoted from silver to gold, and we have Sarah Tester for October. So Sarah, you've just gotten a pay raise from 20% to 25%, but even more excitedly about that, or the most exciting thing about that, is you are going to now be paid twice monthly. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Can you believe that? Anyway, Sarah, congratulations, great job. And then we have Mary Lottie, who has gone from gold to platinum because she is now over the 5,000. You've all heard the story of Mary in the last webinar. She did most of that 5,000 in her fundraiser last month, and so that was so exciting. She was working to even hit her qualification of gold by the end of the month, and she did that one fundraising program, one fundraising campaign, and she went over the $5,000. So congratulations, Mary. Great job. All right, let's talk about our top achievers. And I just want to make sure we're on the right page there on your screen. We are. Excellent. Okay, these are individuals who are the top 10. They had the 10 highest sales for, it says September, but my apologies, it's October. And so for the month of October, we have our top 10, starting with number 10, Joan Wilson, Diamond from British Columbia. Number 9, Dulcie White, Platinum from Newfoundland. Number 8 is Lise Rivette, and she is Diamond in Ontario. Number 7, Marilyn Decker, who is Gold in Ontario. Number 6 is Diane Mock, Diamond in Saskatchewan. Number 5 is Dawn Leto, Gold in Newfoundland. Isn't it nice we get from all different provinces? And there's a lot of new names here. Great job. You're all up and going there. It's Awesome. Number 4, we have Michelle Mathers, Diamond from Saskatchewan. Congratulations, number 10 to 4. Now let's have a look at top 3. Yes, drum roll. Okay, number 3 is Kay Cancer, and she is Diamond in Ontario. Congratulations, Kay. Number 2 is Greetings, Gifts, and Gadgets, and they are Diamond. That's Lynn and Rose in Ontario. Congratulations, ladies. And top position goes to Mary Lottie, who was just mentioned in the previous slide and spotlighted in last week's webinar, or last month's webinar. So congratulations, Mary Lottie, number 1 position. How exciting. All right, congratulations to each and every one of you, October Top 10 Achievers. My months are really messed up on these slides. It says August here, but no, it's October. And so I need to switch that for the next webinar, make sure I'm up to date. Mary, your name is on the plaque. There you go. And when you come to the office, you'll be able to see your name among all the others of the rest of the year. So congratulations, everyone. All right, we're winding down here to the end of our webinar, and we'll go into our open mic time. So here are some resources. You might want to do a screenshot of this if you don't have it already. Documents are saved in the Google Drive, and the link to that drive is in your News and Views newsletter. So I suggest that you actually go to the Google Drive and Google Docs and then bookmark it so that it's there at the top of your browser, and you can just click on that bookmark every time you want to get order forms or the updates of all the products and things like that that we save in the Google Docs. And then we have videos stored in 3 places that you can go to for some training and for keeping informed. There's the Facebook group, has a videos section, and so we have many videos saved there. We also have our YouTube channel, and so you can go to YouTube and you can either make a copy of this this screen here and then have the link to go to, or just search in YouTube Regal Home and Gifts, and it should show you the list of all the videos we have. We also have a Regal Academy section in the sales tools, and that will continue to get more and more extensive as we are preparing for that new back office, and we'll have all of our videos saved in that Regal Academy, as well as our training and lots of other great things that we're planning to put in there. All right, Facebook pages. We have 2 group pages called Regal Ambassadors and Regal Chat. Great to be a part of this, so that you are kept informed up to the minute on things that are being communicated from corporate to the ambassadors, and also great conversations among the ambassadors. You're learning from each other, you're sharing with each other, you're celebrating with one another. It's an exciting community to be a part of. Okay, there's a public Facebook page, which is the facebook.com/Regal Home and Gifts, and there is almost 40,000 followers on that page. So this is a public page, and it's where we would post things so that the public is kept aware of Regal being alive and well. And so we posted the issue 5 catalog there, and we'll continue to post other things periodically. I suggest you all visit that page every now and then, because people in the general public will post on there that they're looking to get a catalog, or they want more information about Regal, and so that's your opportunity to get on there and talk to them, have a conversation, click on their name and have a private conversation with them and ask where they live so that you can send them a catalog. Okay. On that note, don't be shy about having customers all over the map in Canada, because there's no reason why you can't take care of your customer who lives across the country from you, when we have not just phone, but we have private message through Facebook, email, and you know, various ways in which you can stay in contact, such as Skype and things like that, where it doesn't even have to cost you anything for long distance. So don't shy away from taking on customers who live a distance away from you. If you gather enough customers in their area, you can still do the combination of orders, have your orders for that area on a particular day of the week, excuse me, and have them do the same as what you do with your local ones. Okay, there's the customer service information. I'm going to stop talking and give you an opportunity to put some questions in the question box while I catch my breath. Okay, I think I'm back. Let me just see if I can get the question box up. Lots of comments and questions here that we'll go through. That's exciting. So go ahead. If you would like to ask a question audibly, just raise your hand. In your control panel, you'll see a little hand that looks like 4 fingers up and a thumb up. You can click on that and it'll show me in the attendees list that you have your hand up and you'd like to ask a question audibly. So if you'd like to do that, you can go ahead and raise your hand. And I am going to go there first before I answer the questions in the box, giving everybody an opportunity to post anything in the box if they'd like to. All right, Joyce Wolf, I see you have your hand up. And so, Joyce, you're on. Joyce, are you there? Joyce, you've been unmuted if you'd like to ask a question. Okay, your hand went down, so I guess it was up for another reason earlier. All right, no problem. Let me just scroll down. Laura, do you have a question that you would like to ask audibly? Let me just see if I can unmute you. It says that you're self-muted. You'll need to unmute yourself. Okay. And if you manage to do that, Laura, just go ahead and unmute yourself, and I'll hear that you're coming in, and I'll pause whatever I am saying at that time to let you speak. Okay. So, Laura, you can feel free to do that. All right. Let me just have a look at our question box and see what we have here by way of questions and comments. This is always a great time to see, where everybody's at, what kind of things are on your mind. So I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Susan Walker says, I just received today an email from Regal ambassadors at regal.ca. It has the names of 3 people to contact who may be interested in receiving a catalog. Is this a legitimate email? Yes, Susan, you've actually indicated that you would like to receive customers even a distance away from you. What we do with the leads, Susan, is the first step is that we try to put them in an area where there are ambassadors, like we try to connect them with ambassadors who are in their area. And so when we receive a lead, let's say that they are in the postal code of S3L, then we would know that that's Saskatchewan. We would go in our database and get everybody who is in the S3L or surrounding area and send them all an email saying that we have a customer seeking an ambassador. So anyone who has a catalog to deliver to them within the next 24 hours and who is interested in taking on a customer and servicing them on a regular basis, that they can respond to that email. The first one to respond to that email is the one that gets that lead. Okay? Now, what happens when we don't get anyone responding from that area? It could be because it's a remote area, or we had to go so far out of the area that that person is in that people don't want to take care of them that far away. And so what happens there is we go to a second step, which in the last newsletter we said, if you are willing to take on customers that are a distance away from you, let us know by email. So Susan, you would have done that. You would have notified us that you were wanting to take on customers a distance away from you. And so we have a whole lot of customers right now looking for an ambassador. And instead of doing onesies, we've been sending them out 2 or 3 at a time. So we have sent you those names, and those are legitimate. They are definitely legitimate, and you can contact those people, let them know that you are the ambassador that will be servicing them, and work out how you're going to get a catalog to them.
If you're needing to mail the catalog to them, I suggest you also give them your website so that they can visit your website in the meantime, and even link to the PDF or the issue version of our catalog so that they can see it online before the catalog even arrives. Okay, excellent, great question. Christine is saying hello to everyone. So Christine, I know I'm going to mess up the pronunciation of your name, but it's Christine, Moczkodan, for those of you that know her on Facebook and whatnot. So she's saying hello to everybody. Carol Velton is saying, if you don't say it within the webinar, could you please explain to everyone what's sold out or out of stock, back ordered, and item pictures / numbers removed from the website means? Great point, Carol. Thank you. Because those are all terms that we use at different times. So when an item is showing as out of stock, when you're looking to purchase something and you get to the checkout and it says that item is out of stock, it means that we no longer have any in the warehouse, but we are getting more in. Okay, it's out of stock, but we will be replenishing. If you hover over the question mark next to that product, it'll tell you approximately when we expect the next shipment to come into the warehouse. Okay, so that's out of stock. When people use the term back ordered, internally we use the term back ordered meaning it's discontinued. We're not getting it anymore. It's back ordered at our vendors and therefore we're not getting it anymore. Okay, so you may use that interchangeably when you're talking to us, but internally that's what it means to us. Sold out means that we're not getting them in. They're not coming in because the vendor doesn't have them anymore, okay? Or we had too much trouble with them or whatever the case may be. But if it's sold out, you will actually not even be able to search on that item. You'll put the code number or the name of the product and it'll come up saying it can't find that item. It's because it's been removed from our system and you can no longer order that. Okay, thanks for that question, Carol. All right, Pauline Chevrier, everyday products being out of stock is a huge issue for me. I've sent a few emails to Linda and customer service over this. Everyday products being out of stock, Pauline, is a concern if you look at it just at face value, but I can tell you that our products are arriving much faster than what it says on the website. And so when it says out of stock, and it tells you it's going to be, 10, 12 days. Right now, the products are coming in within a week or more, like a week or less. Let me see how I'm going to word that. If it says 15 days, quite often we receive it even a week before that. And so we are receiving products much sooner. And I understand that, this is Christmas time and everybody is anxious to get the products right away because your customer is wanting it right away. But most customers will understand that, there might be a delay with the products. What we are doing is getting those products in as fast as we can. We're notifying you if it's going to be any longer than what it says there. So some of you have received some phone calls and we've made recommendations on other products that you may want to suggest to your customer in place of the one that's going to be delayed a little bit longer. But as I said, for the most part, products are arriving even faster than you expect. And so you can always check with customer service. You said that you were talking with Linda with customer service. PM Irene or myself and give us the numbers, okay? Give us order number and product number. We'll look into the system and we can tell you exactly what the status is of that, okay? All right, Joyce Wolf, I think the website needs a / after the .ca. You know what, Joyce, it works with or without the / actually, but thanks for making that distinction. You can put a / there or you can leave it out and it still works just the same. Give it a shot on your own. Try it with your own website and you'll see it'll pick it up, no problem. Carol Velton. Perhaps a simple question on Facebook groups can be answered easily enough by other reps as opposed to you. I love that idea. Let me just see, as opposed to you, Irene and Fred getting tagged to death on these groups. Very good point, Carol. And you know what? I am very impressed with the amount of answers that are I just said that to Irene today. I said, I love it. I go on to the Facebook still to just see, what's happening, what the interests are, what people are, discussing and whatnot. And I said, but, the beauty of it is that people are answering those questions for us. So we are not as tagged as we used to be. And, I love the fact that you're all helping each other. So thank you. Kudos to all of you that are out there answering the questions and answering them accurately. Now, if you're not sure of the answer, please make sure that you're directing them to check with us by customer service or private messaging us, or you can tag us in there and we will get to it as fast as we can. Okay. Carol Velton also asks, is Amway still around? Yes, they definitely are, Carol. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. So they are definitely around. Let me see here. The next question, how many reps approximately do we have registered now? We're over 10,000, Carol, and I can't remember the exact number right now, but we must be even over the 11,000 because we continue to have many new ambassadors every month, and we were over 10,000 2 months ago. So we must be pushing 12,000, I would think, at this point, but it's very exciting. All right, Michelle Mathers. All right, Michelle, will you have the mitten dry racks in the next catalog? These have always sold very well, and I am certain most ambassadors would agree that their customers have been asking for them now that the winter is here. I'm not even sure that I have heard of that product, Michelle. Could you send us a picture if you have one, perhaps in an old catalog? Just send the information to customer service at regal.ca. We do take all of those recommendations seriously, and we do track them. We have a system that we're tracking all of those recommendations as they come in, and when we're looking for new products, looking for products to put in the next catalog, we do look at those lists. So that's a great idea. It's very timely. You're absolutely right, because we all need mittens right now, don't we? Okay, thanks for that, Michelle. All right, Joanne Beaulieu, in Regal chat, Fred commented on a Black Friday sale. Do we have more info on this? For example, how long will it last? What dates? Will there be a flyer? Well, Joanne, I was going to say a little bit about that in the webinar, but I didn't have enough information to be able to pass it on. But I did mean to actually have a teaser slide. So I appreciate you bringing this question up, Joanne. Yes, Fred did put out a little teaser there on Facebook saying that there would be a Black Friday sale. So yes, there will be, but the beauty of this sale is that we're not going to tell you exactly when just yet. So just keep watching that Facebook. And for those of you that may not be on Facebook, check with your friends who are and ask them to let you know as soon as you have details. It will also go out by email. And so when there's the details of it, we'll give you sufficient notice so that you can notify all of your customers and really get that buzz happening, just like all the retails do with the Black Friday sale. So yes, absolutely, we will have that happening. It's in the works as we speak. All right, Ramona Leblanc, I seen a page on Facebook from an ambassador that looked like a poster for Regal, but she was able to add her sales ID and info. How can I get that tool? Is it a PDF? Ramona, I do have some flyers that we've put together for the fundraising program. There was also a flyer that we had put together a couple of months ago. That is probably the one that you saw on Facebook. I believe there was a lot of green in it or something. Anyway, you can send an email to ambassadors@regal.ca and ask them for the flyers, the posters, okay? And they will be able to get that from me, and I can send it to you in PowerPoint version so that you can personalize it, okay? We're not charging for any of those posters. We just did some nice artwork so that you can start personalizing it and print it out in your own, at your own printer there. Okay? Hope that's helpful for you. Let me see. Krista Vile, I apologize if that's not pronounced properly. And Krista is saying, hi, what is the approximate last date to submit orders that will ensure customers can get their orders on time before Christmas? Well, Canada Post and FedEx
typically are able to stay within the same time frame as they normally do. However, just to be sure, I would say allow an extra 3-4 days onto what you normally have by way of delivery to your area. So, you know, years ago, it used to be that you had to send all your Christmas stuff like a month ahead of time and things like that. Not so anymore. In fact, Fred said on one of our webinars when we had him on the webinar a while back that he expects that Christmas, it'll be just like any other time. You just allow the extra time because of the processing volume internally. But as far as Canada Post, FedEx, I would say just add an extra, you know, 2, 3, 4 days to your delivery time from what it normally is. And I better keep going here because I'm losing my voice. Fran McCauley, the first recording this morning for The Unstoppable Me was great. The story you read was very inspirational. I believe the lady in the story also wrote a book dealing about her life story. You're absolutely right, Fran. She did write a book. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. And there's another great one coming tomorrow morning for you as well. In fact, you'll get it tonight so that all of you doing the Unstoppable Me program can get started as early as you want in the morning with each of those recordings. So thank you for that feedback. There are some great stories in this program that are going to be very inspirational and helpful in getting to your breakthrough goal. Ramona LeBlanc, I am in Moncton, New Brunswick. I love Moncton. I have friends there. And I am also interested in serving anyone outside my area as well. Great, Ramona. Just let us know. You can send the email to ambassadors@regal.ca and let them know that you are willing to accept distant leads. Okay. Michelle Mathers, what is cutoff date? Oh, I think I already answered that, but let me just read your whole question. What is cutoff date in December to guarantee pre-Christmas delivery? Will you put this info in the news and views? We will put it in the news and views for sure, Michelle. So thank you for that question. I think I adequately answered that. Carol Velton, surprised to hear about Amway. I guess their reps aren't very good out west. You know what, Carol? That goes for every company. It's amazing. No matter how big they are, people say, oh, are they still around? And I get that all the time with Regal, you know. It's like, wow, Regal's still around? So I hear what you're saying. You know, it's one of those people businesses. Direct sales is all about people. You sell from, or you sell to those that you know, right? The people that know you, like you, and trust you. And so that's why you don't hear the big splash. It's not like they do TV commercials and newspapers and things like that. So yes, they are out there and they are alive and well. Diane Miller, will the oven spill guard that fits between the stove and the countertop be available in book 1? You know, Diane, after our last webinar, I made the mention of that because we had quite a discussion on Facebook about that as well, and we talked about, you know, the various forms of the spill guard. There was the oh, I can't remember the different ways that they were made, but anyway, we talked about that, and so I did pass that information on even personally to the catalog team. So I'm not sure if it's in book 1. I haven't seen all of the list of the products yet for book 1, but it's definitely been talked about, so keep watching. Okay, Jessica Davies, when we are talking about the Facebook group, I find a lot of the same questions are being asked over and over again. Could it be asked that ambassador use the search box or ambassadors scroll down the group to see if their question has been asked before? Also stay on topic when replying to posts. If it has nothing to do with post, please start a new post. Very good tips there, Jessica. You're absolutely right. Quite often the same questions get asked over and over again. So folks, if you're on Facebook group, you know, go to the top in the search bar and do the question, okay? Ask whether that's already been asked, whether it's already been part of a post. And so there's keywords that you can grasp from the question that you have, and just do a search on those words and scroll down. You know, quite often it's stuff that was even written in the same day or you know, within the same week. So you should be able to see whether there's anything there. And then the other point that Jessica says, and I just want to spotlight these three things because it's so important in Facebook. The third item here that she's talking about is please stay on topic. If you're in a post and they're talking about a particular topic, stay with that topic. If you want to open up another topic, Regal Chat is for that. You can start a new post, okay? So don't confuse that particular post by having a lot of other topics in there. Otherwise, it's tough for people to find when they're searching on particular topics, okay? I'm so glad that people are using Facebook as well as they are. And hey, folks, if you've been staying away from Facebook groups because of the drama, we do not have the drama. I very, very rarely need to talk with anybody. And typically, even if I do, it's totally out of ignorance. They didn't realize that what they said wasn't appropriate. And so they delete it themselves of their own doing. We're having a great time. It's a great community. So thank you all who are participating in there. Joyce Wolf, could those posters perhaps be placed into the files on Facebook? What a great idea, Joyce. I think we can put a PowerPoint file on there. I don't see why not, because we can do Word. So I will do that tomorrow. I will make note of it as soon as I get off, and I will post those in the Facebook Ambassadors group. And Krista says, thank you. You are very welcome, Krista. It's my pleasure to help each and every one of you. And Carol Belton, you have the last word. You are saying, will we be getting a tentative schedule for catalogs / pre-ordering for 2018? You know, Carol, it's, you know, in the first year, it's been a matter of working with, you know, the licensing and all of that. So we couldn't be on a strict routine or calendar schedule for all of our catalogs in 2017, but it is our plan in 2018 to be more proactive, if you will, in knowing exactly when the catalogs will be. The plan is to have them about every 2 months, but the dates haven't been set yet. So watch for those details. That's definitely something that we want to be implementing, that we want to introduce in the new year, a schedule of when you can expect the catalogs. It may fluctuate a little bit because there's a lot of variables, a lot of reasons why it might go off track, but at least if we have a schedule, we're staying within a week or so of those dates. Okay, so very good point, Carol. Thank you for that question. So folks, thank you so much for participating in this time of our webinar where we get a chance to chat together and find out what's important to you and get you some answers. So thank you so much. I can always be reached by private message through your Facebook Messenger or by email or by phone, and we are all there for you. We are your partners. We appreciate you, and we do want to have a great success for each and every one of you. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And we will talk soon. Have a great evening. Bye for now.